This is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you again. Raw and unscripted on a Thanksgiving's Eve, basically, or whatever you want to call it. Thanksgiving. Early Thanksgiving. Giving no fucks. So, you see a lot of trends online. You see a lot of common stuff, common trends. You see all types of people's gripes and shit in I just have comments. I have comments on things all the time. Like, everyone always has a comment on something. Everybody always comes to an understanding of something. Doesn't mean that they'll always believe it even. It doesn't even necessarily mean that things have to be one-sided or black and white. Things can be have a duality to them and complexity to them and paradoxes and all that stuff. But, I was online, I'm watching YouTube videos and stuff, and I'm like, you see a lot of Christians, and I don't know, I guess like every other thing has its place in existence. I've come to the understanding, in at least the acceptance for now, that Christians have their place in existence like every other thing. And, I'm watching these videos and I see, like, let's just be real, you guys, I see some of the dumbest shit that I've ever seen in my life. Like, people talking about the D'Amelio family, and all I'm thinking is like, okay, these people were normal people or whatever, kind of. Maybe they had some money, and they were taken through the I'll just call it that, inner workings of somewhat fame, inner workings of a spotlight. They were, they had things put in front of them, and they reacted. You know what I mean? They reacted. That's all I can say about that. Now, it was a huge key factor, like, obviously, that the women in that family are gorgeous. Let's just be real. They're absolutely stunning. There's no doubts about that. They don't look like, in my opinion, just the normal women you'd see on the street. The wife and her daughters, just like, come on now, guys. let's just be real, you guys. I'm not even gonna go into it, but come on. It's like, be real. I'm not saying they don't have any talent, but I'm just saying that has to have a lot to do with the image. When you see someone that looks a certain way, doing whatever they're doing on their TikTok or whatever performance they're doing, you're already stunned. You're already, like, awestruck. They already have they have a gravitational pull to them already. So, that just is what it is. But I see these videos about women injecting Botox and fillers into their face, and then they end up looking like fucked up mutants. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just not giving a fuck, not trying to be soft about it. I'm just saying it how it is. Like, end up looking like fucked up mutants. Like, stuff that makes you jump out of a dream, like a jump scare, like a swollen face that is cartoonish, even to the degree that some people are wanting that look. It's just retarded. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, we like, at least guys, like, just normal guys like myself, abnormal, whatever you want to call it, it's just the bigger percentage, we like natural women, you guys. It's okay, a woman could have a couple augmentations if she wants. You know what I mean? I've seen most porn stars, and porn stars, in my opinion, are some of the best looking women out there, because the thing about a porn star is they have a balance between they look like a woman. They look like a natural woman. Most of them. They look pretty much not normal, but they have a higher, like they have attributes in bodies and things and faces that the combination of that is a hodgepodge of all the most attractive things. You know what I mean? They have a much higher than average look, period, generally. If they even have a like quirky or lower than average look or something, it's complemented by something else that's hyper feminine, hypersexualized, hypersexual, in a way to where it's a perfect balance. That's why, you know, come on, it's not rocket science. It's actually like you can break this down into a science. You can literally break this down into a very simple base science of like why some guy would go crazy over most of these porn stars, because they look like women you know. They look like women you see on the street. They look like, but they are so much hotter. But they do not look like over. How do I say this? Like they don't look like plastic dolls. At least the ones that I'm into, they do not look like plastic. You know, these women are obsessing over like cellulite and shit. And I'm thinking like, bro, at least myself thinks that is sexy. You know, a woman's supposed to have cellulite. Like, what the hell what are you guys talking about? A woman is supposed to have stretch marks. Like, a real woman, a real natural woman is supposed to look a certain way, and that is extremely sexy. Like, that's what, like, who doesn't like that? Like, what type of man? I don't know. I get it, but there's some men out there who are weird. Like, maybe you want her to look like a plastic doll with no so-called flaws and imperfections. Okay. But, you know, that's not even what this rant is about. But you know, I just laugh at these things like the weirdness and unnatural freakishness of this modern day and its media, and these weird opinions that come from weird fucking people that, you know, are out of touch with real reality. You know, there's a little out of touch. That's all it is. You know, and then I also see the dynamic of like these women that are doing these weird things to their body to try to have a certain look or whatever. The problem is not problem, but I'm just gonna say it like this: the strangeness of this whole thing is they are really I don't think they're doing these things for the attention of men like us. I think they're doing it for their own gratification. Like it's their own, which is, in a way, it's good that someone has a sense of their self that is not necessarily tied to what someone else thinks, but it's more or less how they, you know, what they want to see or whatever. So it's about them, which is good. You know, because they're not trying to please me. They're not trying to pick up a man. They're not trying to, you know, they're just trying to feel good about themselves. But I think the twisted thing about that is like, I don't know where you develop this weird image of yourself that is supposed to look like whatever the hell you're trying to look like. Because some of these women look botched, like they look crazy. And when I say botched, I mean I'm just not being nice about it. Like I said, you look like a mutant freak that is just like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I mean? It's a little scary. Like it's a little startling. Like not in a good way either. It's more of like a jump scare look. Like it's like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck am I looking at? You know. But whatever. You know, whatever. If that's what you want to do, if that makes you happy, then I guess whatever. That's your problem. But I don't want to do that shit. And I don't want to fucking, I don't want to see that shit. And that's not something I rate high at all. That's not something I go looking for, nor something I rate, nor something I've ever actually seen in person either. I'm actually grateful I haven't seen a cat creature that eats bees look in person. Maybe once or twice I saw a girl in a store that was walking around with one of those bee stung faces, and I'm like, oh, she must have them fillers. You know what I mean? Like, here and there I'll see a chick with her lips or something. I'll be like, I could tell, you know, you put those fillers in your lips, and it looks a little weird, but Generally, most of the girls that I see around me generally are natural looking, and they're hot as fuck in my opinion. Like they are way hotter than these weird looking, like super augmented looking fucking people. And I was just gonna talk on, like, one of the weird things I've experienced in relation to, like, this whole Christian God thing, to where, like, you pray to a Christian God and seemingly nothing, like there's no connection. I don't know, it's like there's no real, like there's no connection there. I can't even say, like, it doesn't fascinate me anymore, because it just annoys me. You know what I mean? Like the thought of it annoys me, kind of. It doesn't, I don't have to ask questions about it. And I'm like, as far as people who worship this Christian God that they worship or whatever, it doesn't so much bother me that I feel like, well, I wish that they, would open their mind a little, so that, like, they wouldn't be so closed off to things. Or if, like, personally, if I had an interest in them as a person, they wouldn't seem so closed off or so far from myself, because there's that big barrier. But speaking of myself, so I realize sometimes, like, when I'm in a certain state and I feel like how do I say this? I feel like the weight of this world, or the weight of this existence, or whatever, is wanting to hold me so close to this body or this self, or so close to this place. If I ask Belial to help me to exit my body, or to get a little bit further away or whatever, 9 times out of 10, he'll actually show up in literally in some way, form, or fashion, will actually pull me out. It's like literally someone taking you by the hand and pulling you out of your body, or pulling you, like you feel like you're falling almost, pulling you into a realm or vibration, or whatever you want to call it, because you asked, because you kept calling out to them to ask, because you realize that, like, you have the desire, or maybe need, to get further away from this, even for just a small amount of time, because you ever more are trying to, like, delve into some knowledge. You know what I mean? The problem that I've experienced with the Christian God, or the Christian religion, is it doesn't seem like there's any response from that God. I'm just saying that. I'm just putting that in here, you guys. So I'm just saying, all I'm saying is this is, and I don't know if I should even let this rant go on that long. All I'm really trying to say, you guys, is this. I'm really just trying to say, I'm trying to, and it's like 6:16 a.m. and I still haven't actually went to sleep yet. What I'm really trying to say is, a lot of this, there's, like, thinking outside of the box. There's social norms. There's, common knowledge and all that. I see so much BS. It's just so much bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it almost seems like the actual truth is always so far away from people, in the most shallow, most fucking, like, up in the air, the most forced, weird, bend over backwards to try to, like, I'm not even saying what I say, like, it's like the most weirdest shit, the most dumb, it's the stupidest shit, it's the dumb shit, it's the dumbest shit that you could, like, ever imagine. The most shallow, weird, dumb, brainless dribble is what is put in the forefront of you to the whole world to see. And the biggest vehicle is the internet. You know, the internet and probably YouTube is like the biggest fucking vehicle that takes that type of shit to the forefront for everyone to see. And the sad thing is, I feel like the huge majority of people are in love with this bullshit. It's like they're trying to sell you an idea of something, but it's the dumbest idea. It's the weirdest ideas. Like, just the weirdest shit. Shit that has no basis in reality. You know, it's like, why are they not making videos on, like, what men like myself that actually like real natural women, that we're straight men. We like girls that have cellulite. We like girls that have ass and titties. We like girls that have faces that are pretty, but that don't need... Okay, let me ask you this. Why do you need fillers? It makes sense. What are you filling? You know what I mean? It's like either you're born with the right ratios on your face, cheekbones and jaw, or you're not. You're not filling it. You're not doing anything. You're not filling anything. Either you have full lips, like you have Jessica Rabbit, fucking like sensualized, slutty girl, friggin' fantasy girl, Barbie, big fucking lips, or you don't. And it doesn't always mean you can be sexy even if you have like tiny lizard fucking lips like most girls have. Especially if you're Caucasian, you're white. You probably have lips like a fucking lizard. But guess what? You're still just as attractive. You know, it's just a feature that on a person, like, sometimes it makes them look better, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that fucking... But see, women, the thing is this, and I'm sorry, women, I don't mean to offend you, but this is the truth. Women there's a divide between, like, what a man like myself actually wants to see when we look at a woman, and what a woman actually wants to see when they look in the mirror. Because women, I've realized this real quick one time. I realized, like, a woman's perception of what she thinks makes her look sexy is sometimes completely different from what, like, a straight man looks at her that makes him feel she's sexy. It can be completely different things. Like, she's saying, it's like, in her mind, some of these bitches want to be like, you want to be a slim, thin Barbie doll or some shit. Like, you don't want no cellulite, you don't want no imperfections. You want to think that you have, like, a Barbie's fucking face, a Barbie's fucking waist. Meanwhile, when we see girls, sitting down, and we see, like, the belly bulge, but we see the huge hips while she's sitting down, and she has that bulge in the rolls. We find all that shit, especially for black men like myself. We're straight, we're black. We find all that shit sexy, but you guys want to be on some, like, you're a fucking Barbie doll or some shit, or whatever. You're plastic. You're fucking too thin, probably. Your girls you're always complaining about how you used to be thin, or you're too. Man, it's just really funny. It's like the separation between, like, what we actually look at in what's totally a turn on, was fine except for some guys want a plastic looking Barbie doll with certain feet. That's fine too, but it's funny, the disconnect. That's really what this is about. It's like the I should call the video this, like, the disconnect. Like, there's this disconnect with everything. Like, it's the funniest shit too. It's like the funniest, most childish sounding type of shit, because it sounds childish. Like, you're talking about people's body parts. You're talking, like, what are you guys talking about? Because we act like we're so evolved, like we're not just ape-like creatures with weird little cues that make us attracted to things that clearly do, but, like, and there's just this whole weird, messy disconnect between, like, how to really understand what's going on, and then, she has her opinion, and you have your opinion, and or it could be the same opinion sometimes, or whatever. But, like, it's just so kind of comical but annoying at the same time, of how in this modern day and age that we've come to this. Like, how do you have women? This is my question too. How do you have women that have so much money? Like, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna fucking come out and say it. The Kardashians. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, how do you have women who have so much money, who have some knowledge? Like, these women aren't dumb. You can't be dumb. Like, how can you really be dumb to get to where they are? Like, so I'm not going to even just assume that they're dumb. Like, I don't care if they may act dumb. Maybe I feel like they're acting stupid. But I think they know a few things. So, it's like, how can you be that smart and make that much money and be dumb enough to do such damage to yourself? Like, it's like, okay, so you mean to tell me that you got fillers in your face, you got this done, you got all... like, why? Like, why, actually? Like, are you kidding me? So you mean to tell me that somehow you've been... I'm like, is that your own insecurity? How do you get manipulated into a place to where... I just don't get it. Like, it's one thing that if you have how do I say this? You have a... what's it called? Contract. Like contracts. Like, let's say you have contracts. You have PAX contracts, you got all this weird shit going on. Okay. Well, that's one thing. Because you can put up a fake image of a family, anything, and then have your own actual life kind of quietly. You could do that. So that's one thing. But things that you do to your own body? Like, you pay hard money, like crazy amounts of money, actually, to do to your body, but to ruin it, actually? And end up looking worse than you could have looked if you had of went another route. It's like, you don't need fillers. What are you filling? I just don't even get the concept of it. Like, how big can a person's cheekbones be? Like, fuck, you guys, just fuck. It's like, people's cheekbones can be pretty damn big. Just saying. And I'm not even gonna go there, but like, your cheekbones can be so big. Your fucking jaw can be like, anything on your face can. What are you girls doing injecting fillers into your fucking your cheeks? I don't even get what the aesthetic is. What's it supposed to look like? Because last time I checked, a cheek is a fucking cheek. It's like, if your cheekbones are low, they're low. If they're high, they're high. If you're aging, if your face has lost value, it fucking lost value. What the fuck's wrong with you people? You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I dare say, if your cheeks are hollow, like hollow cheeks, they look good on everybody. Hollow cheeks are one of the most attractive things that can be on any human's face. Hollow cheeks. It's no duh. It's like, come on, like, look at almost every model there is, man, female. If your cheeks hollow cheeks, what are you doing? Why are you trying to bulge your cheekbones out to the point to where it looks like someone hit you with a metal bar on the sides of your cheeks, and now your cheeks are swollen out to like, what is that? What are you? They look like gorilla, like orangutan cheekbones. Like, they're not supposed to be that. Like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? If you're born with orangutan cheekbones, then your cheekbones are that fucking huge. And that's a little out there, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but why are you people doing these weird ass things to your face and your body? I mean, it has to be something so psychological that I actually can't really explain. Like, I can't explain. Then you have a disorder. Why are you putting fillers in yourself when you have a disorder that you need to go get counseling for or something? Why are you chasing something that is so asinine and so ridiculous? Like, what the fuck are you what are you people doing? I had to talk about this shit, because I don't even it's astronomically insane. And one of the things about this that I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this. Why is it only women doing this? Like, I'm not trying to bash on women, but you gotta think, like, something in a man's head must be right, it must be tight, it must be logical and rational if we are not, because we're not doing this. There's only certain type of men and weird, really weird people that are getting like fillers that are men. I'm not going to call out any of these celebrities who are doing this shit, because I know some of these celebrities that are men are actually doing this. And this is the thing. You're not even gay. You're straight. You're a straight man. So if you're a straight man and you're getting fillers in your fucking face in any place, some shit is wrong. Something's fucked up in your head, for real. Something's really fucked up, man. Because like, bro, either you're born with the right ratio, like I always say, the right ratios. You have a certain definition, certain musculature in parts of your face, or either you have it or you don't. It's like, or then you're going to have to do really a lot of work to try to compensate that. But fillers, what the fuck's wrong with you people, man? You girls with this I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say, you girls with this filler shit is crazy. It makes no sense. Like, no actual real sense. Like, what are you guys doing, man? It doesn't, my thing is this, if it looked good, if it actually like did a real, such a good positive change to where it's like, oh, before and after, I almost never ever see a before and after that looks good when someone put some, you just have this fat puffy face look that just, it's like, if that's the case, then what it actually goes against any, in my opinion, it goes against any beauty standard of any beauty standard. Like it's supposed to, like I said, you're supposed to have a certain type of jawline, hollow cheeks, ratios to your face, like your eyes to this, to that, to nose. It's supposed to be certain, ratios. If you're just gonna have a fat face, like, and some girls can have fat faces that look good. I'm not saying that, so don't get it. But what I'm saying is, that distinct Botox filler fat. If you have that fat bee face, like you were stung by bees, what the fuck's, what's the point? That's not a look. Like, that is not a look. Unless in your mind that is a look. Like, you're trying to actually look like a over-botched, over. Oh man, it's just, this is what I always talk about. Like, how is this world to this point to where motherfuckers, and I'm one to judge, but why are you people so weird in like the wrongest ways? Like, why are you so fucked up in the most wrong, weirdest, most self-detrimental fucking ways? Why is that? I have to ask why. Like, how come you can't do anything fucking right? I hate to say it like that, but how come you can't do anything right? You are a fucking loser. Even those of you that are fucking winners, like you got your money, you got all this money to pay for these crazy things that you're doing yourself. How the fuck are you that dumb? How are you paying for dumb shit like that? And you have, that's what I mean. Like, you can't do shit right. It's almost like you are damned, you are cursed to fuck up and do shit wrong. Like, you are cattle. You are cattle. Fuck. You are literal cattle. You are literally born to be devoured and eaten. You are dumb as fuck. I hate to say it like that, but I'm just saying it like that because that's, me just being me. It's just keeping it real. You should hear when me and my friend Lucas talk, the things we say sometimes would make people cringe. We talk about like the useless, homeless, drug addict, useless. Like, you are useless. You are fucking useless. You are absolutely fucking useless. Like, it's like that. Like, what's wrong with you? Somebody gives you a huge amount of money, a sum, and you do that with it? This is crazy, man. Like, this is crazy. This is like toddlers trying to, like, brain surgeon toddlers, fucking people's whole brains up. You just giving you the most advanced tools, the most advanced resources, and you're just doing crazy shit with it. So, I think this is the rant, you guys. I think this is it. It doesn't need to be an hour long. I think a half an hour is enough. This is the shit I see This is the dumb shit I see. You know. Now I'll give you guys this. I'll give you this. The boob job thing. I've seen a video. Some girl made on the boob job or. Now the boob job thing is also almost equally as fucked up because the dangers and the complications that could happen from it. It seems like it's not as common, but I'll admit I have seen some girls in porn that like the fake boobs, because I'll put it like this. Some of these girls, I guess I'll put it like this, being generous. Some girls already had really great boobs, but they put a little fake, they put a little something with it, and it looks pretty good. You know what I mean? Some of these girls, it looks pretty good when they take off their bra. The thing is this, the boobs have a more natural sag. Like, they're not just like, I know it sounds doggish saying it, but fuck it, I'm real honest. On this channel, I keep it fucking real. So I don't have, see, that's the thing with you people. I don't like having to like be all prissy and not make people feel like they're apes, because we are fucking, you are an animal. Fuck it, we're all animals. You motherfuckers are animals. It is what it is. I don't have to be nice about it. When you drop your fucking top off, those things hang to a degree to where it looks natural enough and the shit is full enough and it just has the right, and when you flay back down, the way they it all balances out. Some of you girls, not all, some of you girls have got it to where it's a good, okay balance. So I feel like, okay, the boob job looks really good. Like, I know it's a boob job. I can tell by looking. Like, I can look and tell it's a boob job. I can already just tell. Okay, I could just look and tell. Like, I've never fucked a girl that had fake boobs. all the girls I've been with had good boobs, but they were not fake. They were just all natural. They were good boobs, but they were natural. So I've never seen, but in porn I see a lot, so much in porn. I see so many fake titties in porn that it's just like, but like I said, I'll admit some of them look really, really good, even on some women that are mature. Like, I can tell, like, that shit ain't completely natural. You put a little something in there. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell that it was what was done. But it looks good enough. Like, But then there is the other side where people are just doing crazy things. It does not look good. It's just, this is a thing. This is what I'm talking about. This world, this media is fucked up. That's all I gotta say. This media on these platforms is so fucked up, man. It's just some of the weirdest fucked up shit. Like, the most fucked up type of shit I've ever seen. And like I said, things that like drive a man crazy is like, like I said, girls that have pretty faces, girls that have jawlines and cheeks and eyes and ratios, nose, face, hair, and everything, and things that when you look at them, it's just like you're wondering, how can a face be so perfect? See, that has nothing to do with a filling event. It has nothing to do with a fucking lump, a fucking bulge, a fucking like shit that was put in there. It's a natural face. And then second, like I said, a body that is just like the perfect ratios, the cellulite, the fat ratio to the muscle, the how do I say it? The ratios of the width and lengths of all these arms, legs, bones to feet and everything, and ass and cheeks and the back arch, that you just look at a chick and you're like, how the fuck is your back like that? Like, how the fuck do you have such an arch? And then, the ratio of the ass in the hips bulging, busting out compares to the waist, but still you have a belly, and it's like, that's the type of shit that us as men look at and go crazy over a woman, and we think like we're gonna throw a ring on her finger like tomorrow. That's what it is, you guys. It's not all this weird shit that I'm sorry, but I have to say it like this. I feel like a man has to say this. I'm a straight man. I like bitches. This is what we like. This is how it has to be said. It can't be said by anyone else, because all these fucking, like, I'm not gonna use any slurs, but all these gay ass motherfuckers at Vogue and all this fancy smancy girly shit that you got, that shit has no basis in reality. The men that you guys want to fuck, I'm telling you how I'm not even one of those guys, but I'm saying, like, guys that like women like you in general, that's the shit that we be looking at. We don't give a fuck about all this, like, oh, she's trying to get rid of cellulite. Oh, she's trying to put a filler in. What the fuck's wrong with you? Are you fucking stupid? Are you dumb? What the fuck? This is why I laugh. It's comical. It's cheesy. It's cringy. It makes you look like a straight up fucking fool. It makes you look like you are a child. It makes you look like you know nothing about what men's sexuality is, what we actually like when we look at a woman. We don't give a fuck about that. No fucking fillers. You trying to, like, make it to look like you are a porcelain doll, that every inch of your body is the smoothest fucking, like, canvas of porcelain, and there are no imperfections, and we don't give a fuck about that shit. What you girls need to do is you need to watch some fucking porn. You need to look at some Kelly Devine. You need to look at some Sarah J and some Ava Adams and some fucking shit like that. That's what you need to look at. Some Susanna White porn or some shit, and you need to really analyze that shit and see how those women, and see how, like, that's what we're actually. Get the fuck out of here with all that crazy shit, man. You got some gay motherfuckers at Vogue and Hollywood and all this shit, gay men and weird ass women that are, like, influencing you. What the fuck's wrong with you? Man, you need to get out in these streets, man. You need to put your ear to these streets and actually see what we actually want out here. That's what you need to look at. You need to look at actually what horny men that like women actually want. I mean, whatever. I know it's all about you. Like, I get it. It's all about you. It's what you want to see in the mirror. It's your person. And that's good. And that's good, because that means you have enough love of yourself that you actually care more about what you think about yourself. That's good. But look, to be real, bro, just to be fucking 100% real, that ain't it, man. That's like, like, it's kind of like a thing where it's like, okay, in a man's eyes, he's thinking like, like, I get it, like, that's what you want for yourself, but I don't give a fuck about that. We don't say it, like, we won't say it, like, no guy would probably say that to his girlfriend. That's a nice guy, but really, that's what we're thinking. We're like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, you're fucking dumb. You know, that's what we're thinking. We're thinking, like, what do you want to look like? You want to look like a fucking doll? That's not sexy to us. Most men are not attracted to a actual Barbie doll. It's like, we look at a Barbie doll and it looks kind of weird. You know what I mean? That's not really what we're, like, attracted to, you guys. Just saying, if that's what you were thinking we're attracted. No, that's what you like to think that you want to look like or something. And then you want the bennies that comes from being desired by us men. So, you know, this rant went all over the place, but really, this is all just to say, like, that, you know, good old fashioned, and I watched this video guy was talking about like, you know, the war on masculinity. It's the same thing. It's like good old fashioned human shit that works with human beings, that just is very strong and concrete and doesn't really change much. You weird motherfuckers want to just always try to fuck everything up and put dumb ideas in people's heads. That's what I'm really trying to say. Is like, you're fucking dumb. And you're a bunch of fucking clowns. And it's a clowny culture. And it makes it just harder and harder on everybody. And it makes us men, like, it makes men like myself. I hate to say this, but it makes us clown on women more. Like, it makes us just clown on you even more. Like, it's like, you fucking clowns really think that we give a fuck about this? Oh, come on, man. That's what you crazy motherfuckers give a fuck. It's just like, you ever heard of, I know everyone has their own, like, opinion, but you ever seen these girls, they start getting all bubbly and all excited, and they're talking about, oh, I used to be so tiny, and I used to, we're all tiny. What the fuck do you think we are? Pedophiles? It's like, god damn. It's like, we like petite women sometimes, but this yous are tiny. Like, motherfucker, you is not made of fucking air. You are not made of fucking vapor. You are not a weightless, prissy little thing that is bouncing around on nothingness, eating nothing. That's nothing sexy about even the idea of that. Fuck. Unless you have a sexual attraction to balloons, air, and you're probably a fucking pedophile that likes fucking 8-year-old girls and boys or something. What the fuck are you guys talking about? This is how I feel when I hear people say dumb shit like that. What the fuck is up with you people, man? Damn! I just got, so it's like, I just have to just be nasty with it. Like, it's like, my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, but when she was my girlfriend, at least she had the goddamn sense in her head to say, like, when she was smaller, she had a smaller waist, but she still had that huge ass and those huge fucking legs. She used to run, she used to do all that shit. It's like the ratio. She's not, was it some fucking tiny twig? It's like, you bitches are dumb as, this isn't Princess fucking Tutu. What the fuck do you think this is? What the fuck? This is not fucking like I said, Princess Tutu. You're not a fucking like a Bratz doll with fucking spaghetti legs, hopping around, floating and shit, fucking floating. It's like, damn. It's like, you motherfuckers are like what a gay man probably wants to be or whatever. And then you're a woman that wants to be what a fucking gay, like, I shit you not, one time, man, there's this gay dude, right? I'm not gonna mention his name, but there's this big gay, he's big too, this big gay dude, big tall gay dude talking about he wishes he was like 130 pounds soaking wet. I said, bro, I said, if you were 130 pounds, you would snap in half. Like, your tall ass, 130 pounds on your tall fucking frame, you would break in half. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're crazy, bro. Like, at least if you were like what, 5'4" or 5'3" or some shit, 130, okay, it'll balance itself out. You'd be a tiny little fucking twink. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers would be tossing you around like you're Betty Spaghetti in this bitch. Like, the fuck are you talking about? It's the craziest shit that comes out of these people's mouths. Like, the weird fucking desires that or perceptions and I know it's all opinion. Like, it's fine. It's all, if everyone has their own opinion, so it's fine. But it's just, to me, I'm like, damn, this is some weird shit that I've stepped into. I've stepped into some weird shit right now. From all shit, what I see from some of these people, just saying, I'm just voicing my opinion, how I look at it. Like, this is some crazy fucking weird shit, man. Shit that I never would have thought that, this shit would come out of people's mouths, but it does. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's okay, but fuck, it's weird. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? I lost my train of thought because it's thinking on that because it was so crazy. But I was thinking of something. Oh yeah. So I have to say this, and I swear, you guys, I'm going to close. I don't want this to go on for an hour. But look, so I was thinking, okay, so let me ask you. I propose this question to you. And someone's like, "You're just being a dick." I don't even give a fuck if I'm being a dick or not. Look here. I propose this question to you. You motherfuckers that are on this anti-masculine shit, like, you don't want guys to be masculine, you say it's toxic, you don't want us to, like, try to be a man's man anymore, you don't want us to, like, try to work out and shit and look good and be strong and be this and be like men that we are supposed to be, that we're meant to be, clearly. If you really are on some weird shit like that, like you want to change things to the point to it just all topsy-turvy. Let me ask you this. You gay, because it's mostly you, the gayest motherfucker, let's just be real. The gayest motherfuckers out there Like, and I mean, not, there's different types of gay. Let's just be real. There's different types of everything, but there's different types of gay, bro. Let's just be real. Some of the weirdest type of gay that's out there is like, okay, if you want to live in a world to where motherfuckers are so effeminate to where they're that gay or so effeminate, you're the same motherfuckers that are obsessed with masculine straight fucking men. And you cannot tell me that you're not. Because, bro, you motherfuckers act like you like, especially like some of you guys, let's just be real, some of you guys out here that you're so like super effeminate gay, you're walking around with like dragon girl nails on, fake eyelashes, like you're basically looking like a half of a drag queen or some shit. And that's fine. But let me say it like this. You'll be the same motherfuckers that look at a masculine man, a strong masculine fit man, and you desire that type of looking motherfucker. It's like, so you want the quote, the top man. You know, that's what you guys say. You guys want the, you know, the top. You guys want the man that's gay, that looks like a masculine man, that is going to fuck your ass like you's a fucking female. Like you are a bitch. How the fuck do you expect that motherfucker to be looking like that and to be that masculine and brolic and all that shit if you at the same time want men to be as fucking feminine as your fucking ass? See, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, man. Like, if you want to destroy masculinity, you can't. It's like, how are you? You get what I'm saying? It's like you're sexualizing something, like you're actually physically attracted and sexually attracted to something that, on the flip side, what it actually is mentally and every other aspect that it takes to even get to that point. Like, for instance, like if I was to go to the gym, right, enough, and I was to, you know, really put the work in and gain, you know, more and more weight and muscle, and I started getting, you know, pecs popping and all this shit, abs, and I'm, you know, I'm looking really, really, really good. Do you think that it took a sissy fucking mentality, some type of feminine? It didn't take any type of that shit for me to put the work in, to be determined, to even have to start to put the work in to look like that. You stupid motherfucker. Now, I know some of you guys out here, you could be gay as hell, and you may look like that. Like, maybe, you know, you put the work in, but look, that shit is not the norm. That's what I'm trying to say. That is not fucking normal. Us men out here are who we are, because we are who we are, because who the fuck we are, and that's what it is, and it is what it is. Okay? And there's no changing that. But you get my point, right? The retardation, the fucking, like, whole, it's like, oh, so you say, oh, you want this type of world. Okay, do you really want that fucking world? Because let me tell you this. The same shit that you were complaining about and the same shit that you were saying was toxic, you were saying you didn't want, you were saying was bad, was this and all that. This is how it goes, like, with everything. The same shit that you're always complaining about and saying, when you actually have what you claim that you wanted, it's all fucked up. See, that's why I'm cracking up, because it's hilarious. When you actually get, if you actually ever would get what you're claiming that you want, and it's all fucked up, and it's destroying everything around you, well, then you will be begging for the very thing that you've worked so hard to fucking destroy and break down. It's the same thing with this whole, like, oh, smash it with the feminists, smash the patriarchy. It's like you're getting mad at men for being men and making up shit. Because that's really all you're doing. Do this. Oh, okay. When it actually happens, how you say you want it, then your fucking sorry ass will be begging to have it back the way it fuck it was. And you will be crying, talking about what happened to this. I guarantee that's what would happen. I'm closing here because I've said enough. You can take it or leave it. You get mad? I know some of you are gonna get mad, but it's the truth. That's all I ever do on this channel is spit the truth. That's all I'm ever really doing on this fucking channel. Okay? and laughing in between the whole way, because the shit is hilarious. Because it's like I said, it's so asinine and dumb that, like, the problem is that your ass is so weird and you are so twisted. You can't get that it's so fucking dumb. You know, it's you just don't want to believe. You're in denial about everything. You don't want to believe that you are that dumb. But yet and still, like I said, all this stupid shit that is pushed in this media, half of this shit, you guys, it ain't gonna last. It has no basis. It has no real foundation. It's all trendy. It's politics. It's ideas implanted. It's in people's heads implanted. It's stupidity, you guys. You know, if we could all learn just to, like, accept each other and keep it moving and, like, take value in the fact that we all are different, and then enjoy the fact that we are all secure in ourselves and we are ourselves, and realize we live in a diverse world instead of trying to force everything. That's the thing. You're always trying to force a type of diversity or a type of thing or a type of trend or image. Like I said, these filler boats. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? You guys are crazy, man. That's my whole point. It's like, this shit is crazy. Wasting so much money on nonsense. This is what I mean. Instead of just being simple, just keeping it real. You know, it's like, it's one thing to, like, be yourself and be confident, but then forcing. See, that's the problem. It's like everyone's always trying to. This is what I mean. It's fucked up. It's dumb. It's really dumb. So that's the rant, you guys. You know, that's my opinion. I know people are gonna get mad. I don't care anymore. You know, this is my opinion. This is Steve's Art and Fun. This is your host, Steve from the back. Like, comment, and sub. And until next time, have a good one.